Look at almost any apex predator on Earth, and you will find the exact same primary weapon: a massive, powerful set of jaws. In most animals, a hinged jaw is mechanically necessary to push food into the mouth, while a dense row of sharp teeth is required to tear that food into digestible pieces. But the South American giant anteater completely ignores these basic evolutionary rules. Instead of a functioning mouth, it has a rigid, elongated, tube-shaped snout. Inside that tube, it has absolutely no teeth, and it lacks a functioning jawline entirely. You might assume a creature missing the basic anatomical tools for eating would be small, fragile, or limited to a very narrow, low-energy existence. But the giant anteater is massive. A fully grown adult can easily match the physical size and weight of a brown bear. Growing to these proportions requires a massive intake of energy, a feat that seems physically impossible for an animal that cannot bite or chew its food. The answer starts with the terrain it patrols and the highly fortified nature of its prey. The anteater feeds on enormous insect colonies encased in thick, sun-baked earth. Other predators might try to bite or gnaw their way into a target. Lacking that option, the anteater relies on raw, brute strength to breach these rock-hard defenses. Look at its front limbs. The anteater has developed exceptionally thick, heavily muscled paws equipped with enormous, curved claws. These legs act as heavy-duty demolition tools. With a single, powerful kinetic strike, those claws can shatter the rigid architecture of an ant mound and tear the colony wide open. And these limbs have a secondary defensive feature. Tucked right behind those primary digging claws is a hidden, sharpened spine. If a puma or jaguar attacks, the anteater can't bite back. Instead, it swings those heavy forelimbs, using that rigid spine to punch deep, lethal holes straight into the attacker's flesh. The animal has taken all the offensive, destructive power normally found inside a predator's mouth and cleanly offloaded it into its highly specialized front legs. Breaching the mound only solves the first half of the problem. Once the tunnels are exposed, the anteater has to rapidly gather up thousands of these insects before they have a chance to scatter. This diagram illustrates exactly how it handles extraction. It deploys an exceptionally long, hyper-sticky tongue, extending it deep into the fractured sections of the colony. The surface of the tongue functions like industrial adhesive, collecting dozens of insects simultaneously. Next, the snout goes to work. The tight, tubular shape turns the facial cavity into a high-speed vacuum chamber. The loaded tongue is sucked backwards so forcefully it bypasses chewing entirely, swallowing massive insect clusters in one gulp. Breach, swipe, and vacuum. Together, these three mechanics form a biological sequence that gathers calories far faster than standard biting and chewing ever could. When you look at the anteater's toothless, narrow face, it is easy to assume you are looking at a biological oddity, but the mechanical reality is a machine built for targeted destruction. The anteater functions as a highly specialized energy-gathering machine. It traded the versatility of teeth and jaws for the extreme speed of its tongue and the destructive power of its forelimbs. It proves that a creature does not need a terrifying bite to be a massive, dangerous, and wildly successful survivor in the wild. Anatomical anomalies often represent the most direct path to survival, where raw force and extreme specialization prove more effective than the standard